Following the oldest spiritual system in the world implies that you will be believing in the oldest religion so far. This comes from knowing the answer to the question, which is the oldest religion. We will share that crucial answer later in this video. That's the power, nature. Our title, do you know that self-esteem is one of the most powerful thought habits that automatically causes you to achieve high-level excellency in anything you want or you need to do? Our ancestors taught that all is within yourself. Knowing your inward self and look for what corresponds with it in nature. How do we do that? Do you want to have access to information that enhances your life? Our ancestors also said knowledge is consciousness of reality, and they say that reality is the sum of the laws that govern nature and of the causes from which they flow. Do you want to discover the secret sauce, to be comfortable in your own skin and dominate anything you choose? You must know thyself. That's what our ancestors taught. Totems is the linchpin, the key to knowing thyself and knowing what flows inside your blood, your life, your consciousness, your brain. The secret knowledge that leads to massive improvement in every core area of your life is a personalized linkage to your rich past, which is inside you. The best version of you is stimulated internally once you activate your totems. Here is what Kemetic-centered living says. The staunch faith of the Egyptians, together with their mysterious forms of worship, led to the universal conviction among the Asians that Hamid was not only the Holy Land, but the holiest of lands or countries, and that indeed the gods dwelt there. So another principle comes here: the gods. Are they still dwelling there, or they have moved? If you really want the power to deal effectively with any pain, disappointment, missed opportunities, and broken relationships, even lower still self-esteem or self-confidence, get in touch at the mental level with your totems. The hard part is on how can I know my totems, verify them, and work them up or watch. What are your totems? Are they activated? Totems are all natural objects, plants, birds, body parts, insect, etc., etc., that connects you with your African ancestry. There is no person of African ancestry biologically anywhere on earth in the past, today, and times to come who has no totems. If anyone claims to be totemless, they have lost their totems somewhere, or their totems are inactive. How do you recover your totems, and how can you activate them? We wrote this book. There are no totemless Africans, but it's not very clear deliberately for purposes of knowing thyself and the self-discovery. You can get this book from Amazon. It's an awesome read if you go through it thoughtfully. There are no totemless Africans. These are the totems some of the totems that we all have. Totems showed the value of Unu or Ubuntu. The totem, for example, of a lion shows and identifies your energy pattern that displays bravery and fearlessness and slyness, just like the lion. That energy is inside you, and you defend territories. That's why politicians, those that must govern and rule, must be of the lion totem. Meta are the python, the snake. They are sly, they are renewal, they are smart. Ubeta ngudliwayo, protector of ants and ant hills. And there is Mlambo, Ungwe Nyati, Ngwenya, Nkomo. There is Sisiba, Umlambo. There is Undlov, Untini. These are the totems that display the energy patterns that we have. Why do you really need totems? As a melanin dominant human, you must model your life around an essential attribute of your totems, particularly bravery, courage, speed, and wisdom. Such attributes carry unfathomable, sacred, and divine significance that connects you to your ancestors and eventually to the original and the first ancestors created and put on the earth by the creators. How wonderful are totems then when fully applied and fully understood, because inside them they memorialize and they cause us to connect to what is original and pristine. Indigenous first people in any continent on the earth other than melanin recessive people, they have got totems. Melanin recessive people are totemless. Strength, courage, independence, thinking, philosophy, connection to Mother Earth, and gratefulness for gifts given to us as melanin dominant humans connect us to our original identity. They are taboos connected with the totems, and we are being hit hard because we have ignored taboos. Even science now, through Gaia, has come to acknowledge the value of taboos, of stopping the erosion and destruction of the Mother Earth, and the actual excellent stewardship of the earth. No man shall cohabit with a woman of his own totemic group, and under the second, members of a totem shall abstain from killing or eating the totemic object, and they shall work to preserve nature, the earth, and environment. So our technology that we boast of today destroys nature through genetically modifying it, and also through its interference, especially electrical energy that has interfered with natural electric energy and changed the wavelength through which our spiritual and mental powers work, is destructive and destroying our lives. But totems do more than this. They are the bridge to the oldest religion ever, to the real core of the spirit of mental system at the origin of human creation, which is the first religion in the world. You Google it, you look for books, they say Hinduism. That is one of the greatest lies, and it's very easy to prove it. We shall give you 3 proofs. Proof number 1, the Tsodilo Hills snake, a rock found in Botswana, proves that the ritually modified snake rock here was already shown 70,000 years, not 6,000 or 4,000 years that Hinduism teaches us and claims. It's all a lie. Now, also buried in this, the oldest people on earth are melanin dominant humans, not Aryans. Melanin dominant humans existed millions or billions of years before any other race. The python plays an especially prominent role in sun creation myths, and Tsodilo Hills are thought to be sacred. Beards 100,000 to 70,000 years before present in Blombos Cave, Skull, Israel, Oga, Jebana, Algeria. All these are African lands. It's very clear. That proof number 1. Proof number 2, animism is the oldest spirituality ever. There can see straightforward. It's very interesting, very deep. Proof number 2. Animism refers to the collective worship of spirits and dead ancestors rather than individual divinities or gods. Derived from the Latin anima or soul. Ubuntu, that's what we want to say. That's Ubuntu. Animism is a term crafted by a scholar, Edward Taylor, to describe his theory of what he thought, and they said human beings or black people worship many gods, which was not very correct. Animism is a foundational element in the development of ancient human consciousness. Without it, there would never be any consciousness operating in our brain. Remember what we said, the mind does not exist. There is no mind. The mind is the ability of the brain to think and interact with your real you, the ninefold soul. Animism originated in Africa. It is the oldest of all religions ever. It is very traditional. Animism is practiced in many other indigenous cultures of melanin-dominant humans, yet most of this religion is still practiced in Africa today. Totems now are the bridge to this original mentality and to our modern current existence. Our current life scenario, our current life as a species is demonstrated by what we have done with our totems. And what we are doing with our totems today will carry us over into the future as well as into death and the afterlife. So capture what we have said and what we are saying here. Here is also Damien Ariethop, who says in the website given here, proof number 3, religion is an evolved product. Understanding the religion of evolution, it shows here that animism originated in Africa 100,000 years ago. It's more than that, 300,000 other scholars tell us. And then he goes on to try to say that ancient Egyptian religion started here. It's actually older than all the other religions that they want to push for you. So thank you for subscribing to our channel. Let us go back to the old original religion and belief system. We have totems already. It's natural for us. We don't have to adopt any totems. If you want to know more about totems, send us an email on join@marifado.com. This is Preacher Rabbi LM to say subscribe to our channel, Hamiti Hebrew Ethics. Till we meet again, remember the oldest belief system is animism, and the bridge to that super consciousness or super mental state is via totems. Till we meet again, edupe, siabonga, tatenda, enkos.